Hi, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about preparing to set up for your 2021 goals. So let's jump right on in. So as you look at setting up your goals for this year, I want you to ask yourself some questions. So number one, I want you to ask yourself, what did you accomplish last year? Before you think about jumping into goals for this year, I need you to ask yourself, what did you accomplish last year? And I'm going to tell you why I need you to do that. Because you are either going to pick up where you left off, or you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Meaning that you accomplished some things, they went great, not as great as you wanted to, but you got some success with it. So now you're going to pick up where you left off. But there's some things that you started that didn't go so well. So now you've got to go back to the drawing board to try to make that thing happen. Now, if you haven't been writing down your accomplishments, you guys, now's the time to do that, because that's the only way you're going to be able to look at your success and tell whether or not you have been being, if you've been successful or if you're not being successful. You've got to write it down. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you need to write it down on something. Number two, when you think of your goals, what is it that makes you light up from the inside out? I want you to think about that one thing, or those several things, whatever the case may be, that whenever you think about it, it just puts a huge smile on your face, just like I'm smiling right now. When I think about that one thing, for me, it's motivation. I love to motivate people. I love to encourage people. That's what makes me smile. And that smile starts on the inside and then it comes out. So when you see it on my face, it's already been happening inside, okay? So again, think about that thing that makes you light up. Okay? Think about what is it that you I'm sorry, what is it that you oh, why can't I read my own writing here? Oh, what is that thing or those things that make your world feel at peace? When you're doing it, that thing or those things make you feel at peace. The world can be falling down around you, but you're working on that thing and it's making you feel at peace. What is that? These are the things that you can do all day long and you never get tired of. That's where your purpose is. If you've ever said, I don't know what my purpose in life is. And I've had people say that to me. And my question to you is exactly what I just asked. What is that thing or those things that you could do all day long and never get tired of? That's where your purpose is. See, my purpose is not in selling used cars. It's not in selling Bitcoins. That's not my purpose in life, because that does nothing for me. But when I talk about motivating people, that's what gets me excited. I could talk about that all day long. Number three, why do you want to do what you're doing? You need to know that. If I ask you that question, you can't tell me that's a problem. You need to know why you are doing what you're doing. Because you need to know, are you doing it for yourself or for other people? You need to know if you're doing it to please you or to please somebody else. Are you doing it for the applause and the recognition or the pats on your back? Or are you doing it because it's really in you to do it? It's important to know why you're doing what you're doing. It's a shame when I hear people doing things, or they tell me they're doing stuff, and I ask you, well, why are you doing that? I don't know. I just do. No, you know. You may not want to talk about it, but you know why you do it. Everybody knows why they're doing what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So know why you're doing what you're doing. Number four, how are you spending your time on a daily basis? See, I find a lot of times we're not getting to our goals because of how we're spending our time. So you may want to create a chart or a graph and then log how much time you're spending on your goals. Some of you aren't going to be able to get to your goal. Well, so let me say this. Some of you didn't get to your goals last year because you weren't spending enough time on it. If I know that my goal is to lose 100 pounds, which it isn't, but I'm just saying if it was, and I'm not exercising in any way, shape, or form, but I'm eating all this junk food, I'm not spending any time on my goal. So in order to lose weight, I need to get moving. I have an elliptical. I have a spinning bike. I have an elliptical downstairs. I can go to my sister's house and get on her treadmill. So I don't have to go into the gym. Just because I'm not going to the gym doesn't mean I can't be physically fit. I have bands. I've got tubing. I've got free weights. All of that. So again, the question is, how are you spending your time on your goals? Okay, and charting it will let you see how much time or how little time you're actually spending on it. Because sometimes we tell ourselves we're spending a lot of time on that goal and you really aren't. So this is why you need to know. Number 5, what helps you get through your rough times? So in order to accomplish your goals, you are going to have to be able to get past the hard times, and they will come. And I'm not wishing bad on anybody. I'm keeping it real. Hard times will come. They're going to come for you and they're going to come for me. That's just life. We can't get around that. The hard times are going to come. The question is, how are you going to deal with it? Now, I can't speak for you because I don't know how you deal with your hard times. But I know for me, when roadblocks come and hard times come, I sit down and I talk to God. Because at the end of the day, He already knew. He knew those things were coming anyway. But I sit and I talk to God. I say, all right, Lord, now you know what I'm dealing with, Jesus. I need you to step in. I need you to show up. I need you to show out as only you can. And fix that thing, Lord. Give me the strength that I need to be able to carry on. Give me the strength that I need to be able to keep going, even when the world is trying to stop me. The world is trying to slow me down. You've got to know what it is that you do. I don't know what you do. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just telling you what I do. And then I get me a nice cup of tea, anything with ginger. Sometimes it's peach and ginger, sometimes it's lemon and ginger, peppermint and ginger. And then I can sit back and let my mind just relax. That's how I deal with issues when they come. Now, as you are working on your goals, you need to make sure they're smart. And let's unpack that. So they need to be specific. Specifically, what is your goal? Is it specific enough or is it too broad? What needs to be done for you to achieve your goal, and why do you want to achieve that goal? These are things you need to know. Because if I ask you, why do you want to achieve that goal, and you tell me you don't know, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And then it needs to be measurable. How will you measure your progress? How will you know if you're on track? So again, I talk about writing stuff down. If you don't write it down, how are you going to know that you're on track? And then you have to try to count on this right here. And y'all know the older we get, we tend to forget a little bit more. So I write things down. Or I have a notes section on an app on my phone that I can put things down in if I need to get to them right away. They need to be attainable. Can your goal actually be achieved? It's just like if my hand is up here, you all see my arm, right? But you don't see my hand. It's out of sight. It's out of view. So this is a goal. This represents a goal that you cannot achieve because you can't even see it. But if I bring my hand down here, ooh, look at that. I can now see it. So that's a goal that I can achieve. And then it needs to be realistic. Can you achieve your goal? And is that goal really worth achieving? Only you know that. Time. What's your time frame for reaching your goals? You need to have a time frame. Don't just throw something out there and say, oh, between January and December, I'm going to get it done. No, you need to have a time frame for when you're going to achieve that goal. You need to know that. So this is extremely important when setting goals because by doing this, you're ensuring that your goals are realistic and obtainable. So here is also it is also important that you write down your goals because this will help you remember why you got started in the first place, especially when you feel like giving up. So this is how you can do that. Start a blog. If you like to write, start a blog. Or create a vlog where you're doing a video log talking about your progress. You can share that with your fans and you can go back and listen to it yourself. Create a vision board or a vision book. And I'm going to do a separate video where I can show you my vision book. Put your goals on Post-it notes. I call my mom the Post-it note queen because she's got Post-it notes everywhere. But I now understand why she does that. And I've started to do too. I have prayers and people's names that I'm praying for on Post-it notes on the headboard of my bed. So sometimes you might have to break out the Post-it notes. And then you can put them anywhere. Put them on your headboard. You have some on my bookcase over here. You can put them on your wall, your bathroom. If you watch the movie War Room, then you understand why I said that. Okay. And then I said put reminders on your calendar. I have to, which by the way, I need to call my sister because she's called me twice. But on my Google Calendar, I put stuff here and I put dates down where I needed to remind me of certain things. So do that. And I also have a notes app on my phone where I can put stuff down. So here's your takeaway. You have to have a plan because that old saying is true. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's as simple as that. You plan to fail if you're not planning. Okay? So I also want to encourage you to break up your goals into small pieces. That way you don't get overwhelmed. Because if that piece of pie is too big, it's going to overwhelm you. But if I bring it down here and do a little bit at a time, that's more attainable for me. And you can set it up by weeks, bi-weekly, quarters, monthly, however you choose to do it. Okay? Doesn't matter as long as it works for you. Now, there may be times when you are the only person that's going to be rooting for you. I need you to understand this. So you need to learn how to keep yourself motivated. I've been down that road. I know what that feels like. But you know what? The beauty of it is I don't need other people to root for me. I don't need them to encourage me and pat me on the back. Because I serve a God that sits high and looks low. And I serve a God that I can sit and talk to at any point in time. So, but you've got to have a plan of how you're going to stay motivated when you don't have anybody there that's helping you out. Okay? But most importantly, don't give up. Life is going to get hard. Stumbling blocks are going to come in the road. Things are not going to go the way you plan. You're going to set up a workshop or conference and nobody's going to show up. But don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. I cannot stress that enough. You have got to keep going. When life happens, you have got to keep going. You guys, that's all I have. Thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. You know my drill. You know my spiel. I love each and every one of you. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. Because I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when you're going up. I'm going to love you when you're coming down. I'm going to love you when you're going in. I'm going to love you when you're coming out. But most importantly, I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. And that you can take to the bank. Till next time, take care.